Welcome back to Andrea Fontana Beauty. We're gonna do some more makeup today. I'm actually very excited. We're gonna do some makeup. Sound good? I'm trying not to talk as much in these intros to these videos because through editing, I've realized that I talk a lot. I know that's probably not a surprise to anyone, but you guys voted. The Nomad, it is. Can you see that? Yellow, green. It's a really interesting color combo, and we're gonna create something a little bit funky out of it. I'm gonna do the rest of the palettes in the order that you voted for them because each one had a lot of votes. So we're just gonna do them all. To get started, should I do a makeup look without Welletta Skin Food? I didn't pull it, and it's like all the way across the room. We're just gonna do a makeup look without Welletta Skin Food. I mean, my skin is prepped. You know what? Let's start with a little spritz of some Pixi Glow Mist. Let's switch things up a bit here, okay? I know in my past few videos I've talked about how I had the wrong shade. Finally got the right one. You know the drill. Everything will be linked below. So I'm not gonna go in depth to what I'm using. Adding some L'Oreal Glotion. Mixing that up. I like a little 50-50 ratio. Now, something weird about me. I like to start with a layer of foundation. I don't know if it's because I want a blank canvas and I have some redness, but before I do my eyes, I have to have like a sheer wash of color all over my face. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Sometimes I do concealer too. Sometimes I don't. Let's put a nice wash of color. Give me a good blank canvas so that I'm not thrown off by all my redness when I'm trying to create this look. That is going to be very not red. This is one shade higher than the one that I had been using, which is 25. Cream Beige. Ew, I hate the word beige and I wish they would remove it from all makeup shade names. You know whose shade names I like? Nars. You cannot tell me you don't feel fancy when you're putting those shades on your face. I don't feel fancy when I'm putting beige, cream beige on my face. Also, does anyone else think that I look like a 8-year-old about to go to a cheer competition? Buns and scrunchies like this look so cute on other people, but on me, all I see is a competitive cheerleader. So we're gonna start off with Fenty eye primer. We're gonna pat that in. So I got a lot of messages about wanting me to go with like more of the yellow green tones. I mean, you could easily do something neutral with those, but like, let's have some fun. Let's go for these. I mean, maybe we'll mix in some of this too. I'm thinking we go with like this color palette. We are gonna start with a flat shader brush. Just a traditional flat shader brush. As you know, we like to do a nice little pat, pat, pat of a base color to start every look off here at Andrea Fontana Beauty. This one has like a slight glitter to it, which, not gonna lie, kind of weird. That might be the first negative thing I've ever said about a Juvia's Place eyeshadow. But now I just have like random specks of glitter. Whatever, we're gonna get over it. What are we gonna do? We're gonna start with this shade, this medium brown, warm brown. And we're gonna start by popping that through. I'm gonna put most of it right in the outer corner, but then also swipe it up into the crease a little bit. Again, pop most of that into the outer corner. I do not want this to be very intense, just kind of sheer to help start defining the shape. As usual, I like to take my flat angled brush and in between steps kind of just buff with no extra product so that that just looks really nice and seamless. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of this like mustard yellow and go a little higher. Just to kind of change the tone up a little bit. It's subtle. Just to kind of like help blow that out. You see? Kind of changes the tone of that warmer brown so that things feel a little more yellow. We're gonna go in with my favorite outer corner brush, the Morphe M321. We're gonna go into that olive green. Tap off any excess. And we're gonna start to build up that outer corner. Now, greens can be weird to work with, for sure. It's better to add a little bit and then go in with a clean brush. They can sometimes be hard to work with. I don't know what it is about greens, but they can sometimes be hard to work with. So we're just gonna work that in, go in with a little more. Just like that. I like where this is going. It's a very olive green, so it's a lot more wearable than you probably would think because it's not like vibrant green. It's like a hunter olive green. So we're just gonna build those up. Now, what do I wanna do? I kinda wanna throw this shimmer shade all over the lid, but I wanna add a little yellow first. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of this bright, I would describe it as like a canary yellow, and we're gonna put that. Oh, that's so pretty. Right on the lid, okay? This might be one of the most beautiful yellow shades because it's more of a muted yellow. It's like a mustardy canary yellow. It's not a neon yellow by any means. So I personally think it's really beautiful and a lot easier to wear. This one also has a little bit of glitter to it, and I don't know why. Because it is a matte shadow with glitters in it. It's an interesting, oh, I love that. I think I have a soft spot for green and yellow eyeshadow looks because I've done many of them in the past because they're the colors of the Brazilian flag, and sometimes I like to do Brazilian flag makeup when we're playing in the World Cup. Maybe you know this about me. I'm gonna just blend this guy out. Now, when you're going from, these are like obviously two very contrasting. I don't want to get a bunch of this green into this yellow. So you'll notice that I'm kind of doing light little flecks into the green to help with that fade, not pulling it this way. And then just to make sure that I don't lose that impact of yellow, I'm gonna put a little bit more down through the front. Buff out through the top here. Go back in, not that much product. I'm gonna go back in to that green and just sort of like intensify the green a little bit. Just very subtle. And then I'm gonna go in with no product and a lot of padding. Okay. I love how that looks. I think that is so fun. I'm gonna take a little bit of this really pretty shimmery shade on my ring finger, and I'm gonna tap it through the first like quarter of my lid. So just like a little further out than you would go with an inner corner highlight, but like also on the lid. Now I'm gonna go in with my flat shader brush that you've seen and just make sure that all my edges look good. I'll give you a closer look. I think it's so pretty. So like, yes, it's yellow, but I don't think the green reads too green, and I don't think the yellow reads like, it reads more to like the gold side, especially when you put that shimmer down. It kind of wants to lean more towards that like true yellow gold. All right, let's work on the rest of the skin, shall we? So before we start the skin, I'm just going to kind of like rebuff, make sure that we have no makeup, no eyeshadow fallout in areas where we don't want it. So I'm actually trying a product that's I've never tried before. I don't know how I've never tried this, but it's the Nars Creamy Concealer. I have the shade Custard, and I just got a mini because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. I can't believe I've never tried it before. Well, that blended out really easily. Okay, I see why people love it. You know that I like to kind of go back and forth with brush, but I really like how that blended out. Okay, okay. This is why you try stuff. This is why stuff gets hyped. Sometimes it's not worth it, but in this case it was. Okay, we're going in with my normal setting powder, hitting up those areas I just concealed. It really covered my scarring pretty well, I have to say. Good job, Nars. I mean, I don't know why I'm so surprised. I don't know why I've never tried it, because Nars is one of my absolute favorite brands for foundation. I love Sheer Glow. I love the, All Day Luminous. What's that one called? I used to wear that one religiously. Do I want to finish the eyes before I move on to the rest of the face? Yes, I do. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I really want to go into this like gunmetal sheen of a color. So I think that's what I'm going to do on my lower lash line. Because like, why not? Use my Morphe, again, my Morphe M321, starting on the outside. Ooh, that's fun. Not bringing it in all the way because I don't want to close off the eye. Okay, I really like that for the outside. If you are not a big brown person and you want something that's like gonna give you definition but not black, try a gunmetal. I mean, it has like it's a very cool gunmetal sheen, but it looks really pretty. I am, however, gonna take more of this shade right here and kind of re-hit that inner corner right there. When I go too hard on the inner corner, sometimes I like to kind of pat it out with the brush that I use for my powder so it doesn't look too crazy. Yeah, that looks better. So we're not gonna use any eyeliner. You don't have to use eyeliner if you don't want to use eyeliner. Okay, now we're going to contour. I'm using the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is just a little guy that I've had in my personal makeup stash that I'm trying to use up. It's one that I like, I know I can count on, and it's not too warm. So I think for a look like this, it's perfect because it's not too warm, not too cool, a good neutral for this makeup look. I'm not sure what blush or anything I'm gonna use until I create the eye look. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to go like super warm and orangey or what. I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. I think I want to use this shade. Keep it kind of like neutral, which is like a brownie. It's like the most neutral in this palette. It's just a really nice natural. I don't want to go too crazy with the rest of the face because the eye is a little more bold. It honestly reminds me a lot of Dallas from Benefit. It's that like, are you a bronzer? Are you a blush? Let's do a little bit of highlighter. I never use this highlighter with a blush, so we're gonna, or a brush. So we're gonna try it today. I want the skin to be kind of subtle. Like not the most bold of pigmentation because the eyes are kind of wild. That looks good. And honestly, the highlighter that I'm using, butter highlighter in Champagne, is kind of a similar shade to what's on the inner corner. So I like that. Feels cohesive. Okay, we're gonna do brows. Again, my CoverGirl Easy Breezy brow. Not a crazy defined brow, not doing anything too wild because these guys are getting tamed next week for Christmas. AKA, I've been too lazy to do them. Okay, we're gonna spray the face with the Pixi Glow Mist. Remember, you wanna shake this up. We're gonna try, this is a new to me lip product, ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil. I'm not sure if it's a gloss. It's supposed to be like a gloss. Ew. It smells weird. Feels nice. Feels like a hybrid, kind of in between an oil and a lip gloss. That feels nice. Just nice little nude glossy look. All right, let's do some mascara off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and show you the final look. Sound good? Okay. Okay, I forgot to mention that this is the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Local Time. I got it from Ulta. So that's the final look. What do we think? I really love it. I always remind people, especially when I'm doing a client's makeup and we're using colors that might be a little more bold than what they're used to. Once you put mascara on, it really tones the look down. Sometimes the eyeshadow look can look so crazy when you've only got eyeshadow on and you don't have the rest of the face yet. But when you, because I primarily on clients especially always do eyes first. I really love this look though. I think it's really fun. Green and yellow. I mean, if you're a Packers fan, do you like yellow and green? Would you ever try something this crazy? This is, again, the Nomad by Juvia's Place. This palette would be really great for somebody who likes neutrals, feels comfortable with neutrals, but wants to kind of start experimenting with a little more color that's not like neon, bright purples and reds and like hot pinks, but just wants to do something that's a little bit bolder than browns and taupes and that sort of thing. So it's nice because, I mean, if you remove these top three, like that's a pretty neutral palette. Like you could get away with day-to-day use easily with those 6 shades, but then these add a little pop of something fun. I really like this one. I'm happy with how it turned out. The palette that got second place was the Morphe 9B palette. So that's going to be the eyeshadow look you are going to see next, which is definitely more neutral, which is why I wanted to do something more fun with this one. If you want to see me create a neutral look with this palette, let me know. Comment down below and I will be happy to film that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you try experimenting with makeup. Colors you've never tried, products you've never tried, techniques you've never tried. Just get in there and have some fun, because you might create an eyeshadow look that makes you feel bomb. Yeah? Bomb.com for all my 90s babies. Bomb.com. Yeah. All right. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe, like the video. Tell me what you want to see from me next below. Have a good day. Bye.